This is 5 on your side at 4. Focused on you.
Within the past hour, we've learned new details about breaking news in Jefferson County. Sheriff's deputies shot and killed a man this morning while serving a warrant. Good afternoon. Thanks for being here. I'm Kay Quinn. It all happened at a home just outside of Festus. Investigators say the man grabbed a hammer and assaulted them, and that's when deputies opened fire. 5 on your side's Justina Coronel has been in the neighborhood all day. She joins us now live from the scene on Montauk Drive with more. Justina.
Okay, this is still a very active scene with deputies on site. Now, the home is behind me here where the crime scene tape is. We're inside the Lifestyle Mobile Home Park. Now, police say that deputies were serving an arrest warrant this morning when they say Anthony Stratman Jr. made physical threats and grabbed a hammer. They tried to use a taser, but the man continued to make threats. That's when deputies shot the man, who later died from his injury. Now, a spokesperson for the sheriff's office says the man had mental health issues. Stratman was charged just last week with making terrorist threats when he threatened to shoot Jefferson County judges. Deputies have been in contact with the man since December, when he started making disturbing and bizarre comments on their Facebook page.
He was making claims that Jefferson County law enforcement officials and judges conspired to murder his children and then cover up the murder. Our mental health professionals immediately started making contact with him after these were brought to their attention.
We're told the purpose of today was to arrest the man and take him to the hospital. Unfortunately, that did not happen today. Reporting live, Justina Coronel, 5 on your side.
All right, thank you, Justina. Today, parents are in limbo after school bus drivers suddenly call off sick. St. Louis public school leaders told parents to make arrangements to pick up their children after classes and canceled all after-school activities. 5 on your side's Laura Barcheski is live outside Booter Elementary with more. Laura?
Okay, St. Louis Public Schools confirmed that this is affecting all of their schools, this bus issue, and it's affecting all of their after-school activities as well, except for those teams, those sports teams that are in the state playoffs. They're arranging for additional transportation for them. And according to a letter from St. Louis Public Schools that was sent out to parents, Missouri Central Bus Company had several drivers call in sick today in protest. The district says the protest is over internal strife at the bus company that has a racial component. Last week, a mechanic at the company told 5 on your side that he found a noose at his work bay and has been singled out on multiple occasions. He said he's one of 2 black mechanics at the company. This protest left a quarter of the district's routes uncovered this morning and even more issues this afternoon. The statement goes on to say, quote, "You, the families of St. Louis Public Schools, are caught in the middle of this through no fault of your own and deserve better." One mom from Booter tells me her child doesn't take the bus, but the issue affected her because they canceled aftercare.
For us, it's just really challenging because we have 2 people in our household who both work, and as much as I have a lightly flexible work schedule, it is asking a lot to ask my supervisors frequently to be able to adjust my schedule in order to be able to leave early from work in order to come and pick up. And it doesn't help that it's very inconsistent. There's no aftercare on parent-teacher conference weeks. There's no aftercare sometimes pre-holidays.
The district also says they want parents to make arrangements for tomorrow morning as they don't know how long this bus disruption is going to last. Reporting live in St. Louis, Laura Barcheski, 5 on your side.
All right, thank you, Laura. This afternoon, the Lindberg School District is responding to a cease and desist letter from Missouri Attorney General Andrew Bailey. Bailey's office says the district uses race-based criteria for students who want to get into their gifted program. A spokesperson for the district responded to the letter saying, quote, "Every student who meets selection requirements is admitted, and there is no limit on students accessing Lindberg's gifted education programs." The statement goes on to say, quote, "This letter appears to be based on a misunderstanding about the program." The AG also sent letters to Parkway and Webster Grove schools. 5 on your side's Mark Maxwell will have much more on the letters tonight on 5 on your side at 5 and 6. We are seeing some record high temperatures across the bi-state. Pushing 80 in some places, and yes, it is still February, but while it feels like springtime now, maybe even summertime, we are expecting big changes in the next couple of days. Chief Meteorologist Scott Connell here with the Weather First forecast.
There are some big changes ahead, and the one thing that keeps it from feeling like summertime in St. Louis, the lack of humidity today, and that has a couple of issues going with it. First, it may limit our potential for any rainfall tomorrow, but it also is making burning dangerous thing for outdoors this afternoon with those gusty winds, and will again for tomorrow, west and southwest of St. Louis. Skies have been mostly sunny to partly cloudy today. Clouds are beginning to increase a bit across the area, but yes, we have been close to 80 degrees around the metro, and it won't be long. Boy, the farmers markets, you know, they're just ready to go. The nurseries, they're just ready to go, but it's still too early to put anything out. Right now, 77 in Forest Park, 79 officially in St. Louis. Cape Girardeau has some low cloud cover, 67 degrees there. Here's where our red flag warning is in effect, and that basically is a fire weather warning, don't burn, and that includes St. Louis County, St. Charles County, Franklin, Warren counties. And for Warren, Franklin, Crawford County, that'll be in effect for those areas and westward heading into tomorrow. So here's the lowdown. We have some more wild weather swings in the next few days. Breezy to windy into Wednesday. There's a storm chance Tuesday evening, but it's a chance. Doesn't seem likely at this point. And then a cold wind on Wednesday. You won't like that, Kay.
No, and no house plants out. I like how you have to give that reminder.
Yes,
Not
still
yet.
too soon. Yes.
Okay, thank you, Scott. We'll see you in a few minutes. We are a week away from Super Tuesday, and 3 presidential candidates are ramping up their campaigns. NBC's Drew Petrimo has the latest from Nikki Haley, Donald Trump, and Joe Biden.
Ahead of Tuesday's Michigan primary, Nikki Haley continuing her long-shot bid for the Republican nomination, fresh off a 20-point loss to former President Trump in her home state of South Carolina.
Americans want a voice, and we're giving them that voice. And as long as Americans want me to be that voice, I will continue to fight for them.
On the Democratic side, President Biden is facing a push from activists urging voters to write in undecided on their ballots in protest of the president's handling of the war in Gaza. Michigan's Democratic governor asking voters to stick with the president.
There's a lot at stake in this upcoming election. It doesn't boil down to 1 or 2 issues, but the difference couldn't be more stark when it comes to a Trump presidency or a second term for President Biden.
We found voters in the state unhappy with the prospects of a Biden-Trump rematch, but hesitant to support Haley.
We need something to bring us together. And Nikki Haley might have been that person. Like I said, I feel like Biden and Trump are both very divisive.
Despite reporting that she raised $1 million in the 24 hours after her South Carolina loss, Haley's campaign took a blow when the political network of the billionaire industrialist Koch brothers announced it was suspending support.
Michigan's up, and we're going to have a tremendous success there.
Trump already moving into general election mode, back at Mar-a-Lago today as he shapes the Republican National Committee. Current chair Ronna McDaniel, who Trump has criticized, announcing she is stepping down, with Trump's handpicked selections, including his daughter-in-law, the favorites to take over leadership. Another sign the general election is taking shape, President Biden and former President Trump scheduling dueling visits to the border on Thursday. Drew Petrimo, NBC News, Washington.
Missouri caucuses happen this Saturday starting at 10 a.m. It's the first time since 2012 Missouri has caucused. And this year, the state will hold in-person caucuses instead of the typical ballot box system. So in order to participate and select who you want as the Republican nominee for president, you must show up at your county's caucus site. You can find a full list on ksdk.com. It's in the As Seen on TV section. We're learning more about a shooting early Sunday morning in the Grove. St. Louis police now say what they thought was a single crime now appears to be 2 that happened at the same time. Vigils are held nationwide after a non-binary teen from Oklahoma died following a fight at school. We'll take you to one in Columbia, Missouri, where participants called for unity and healing.